Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, parents, families, friends, teachers, administrators, Board of Education, and my fellow classmates. I have the honor of standing here today and saying welcome to the Parsippany Hills High School Class of 2019's graduation. Before I begin, I would like to take this opportunity to give thanks to everyone who's helped us along the way. From our teachers in elementary school to now, to our parents who have continually supported us, to our family and siblings who have made the journey easier, the list is endless. And none of our achievements as a class or individuals would have been possible without the care and confidence they had in us. However, even though many thanks are necessary, today is ultimately about us, the class of 2019. So I turn to you guys to say congratulations. It's been 4 years of classes and sports and clubs and endless standardized testing to get to where we are today. But we made it. We passed all those tests, met all the requirements, and are on the brink of what seems like freedom. I'll be honest, I had a lot of trouble thinking what to say to everyone. My official job is to welcome you all and begin this final step of our high school journey. But it was hard to find the words to do so, because what quote is eloquent enough to embody this moment? And what advice is significant enough to close a chapter of our lives? And as I thought more about it, I realized I was having so much trouble because none of us have had the same high school experience. Yes, we walked into the same building every day, but we all walked out with something different. Some of us invested time into the spring musical, others volunteered or played sports, and some of us just went straight home and did homework. My point is, we all learned something different from high school. We had unique experiences, we were challenged in diverse ways. Because of that, we've become our own distinct people, with various skills and contrasting personalities. And that's why I found it hard to give advice. We're all taking different paths in life. And that's what makes this day so special, because we're individuals, and so we can't be generalized. And so we sit here, hundreds of individuals with different passions, dreams, perspectives, experiences, all sitting right here, about to be honored for those differences. And that's such an amazing opportunity to be part of. However, even though we're all individuals, we're all still human beings. So while our high school experience might have been different, hopefully we've had some of the same human experiences: triumph, sadness, anger, happiness, and boredom, to name a few. But I want to talk about one experience that I hope was a substantial part of high school, and that's happiness. And now I know happiness isn't a word often associated with high school, when words like busy or stressful could be used instead. But happiness is important, and being able to find happiness and choosing it over profit or grades or people's expectations is something that's hard to learn. It's something that can't be taught, only discovered. And the reason I'm talking about this is because while I was in the process of writing this speech, I read a lot of quotes, a lot of cliche quotes. But one that stuck with me was a quote from Aristotle, who said, "Happiness depends upon ourselves." And at first I found the concept hard to grasp, because is happiness a way of living? Is it a state of mind, or is it just an emotion? And it's especially hard, because a lot of us put happiness as this end goal, but it shouldn't be something that we one day want to reach, but a choice that we make consciously every day, because your own happiness shouldn't come second to anything. So I hope in your 4 years here, you not only gained academic knowledge, but also knowledge about yourself. One of the most important things you can learn from high school should be about you and who you are, and use the knowledge you've learned here to chase your dreams with a relentless joy. I hope you go out into the world filled with delight, knowing that there is nothing stopping your pursuit of happiness, because in the end, it's going to be the memories filled with laughter and joy and contentment that we remember and reflect on, just like it's those moments of high school that we reflect on today. So class of 2019, as we begin this new chapter in our lives, I wish you nothing but happiness. Thank you.
Good evening, parents, family members, administrators, friends, and of course, the reason of today's ceremony, the class of 2019. My name is Nikita Morris, and I am the senior class president. It is an honor to be speaking in front of all of you today. Seniors, can you believe it? We did it. We're graduating. I'm in awe that our 4 years at Parsippany Hills High School will officially end in 1 hour. Now, as cliche as this sounds, seniors, turn to your left and to your right and congratulate the peers sitting next to you. You deserve it. Since freshman year, we have been sheltered within the walls of this high school with a set routine. But within this routine, we managed to walk the halls like we owned them, ignore rules to create our own, procrastinate, finesse, and of course, make memories. We joined clubs, teams, honor societies, and well, cliques. We did all of these things to help mold ourselves into the people we are today. We started off as children, and we are now leaving as young adults that are a force to be reckoned with. But our academic career didn't start with Parsippany Hills. It started way back in preschool. Students, can you remember your very first day of school? Parents, if you're anything like my mother, you definitely remember the day you sent your little one to school. As I was writing this speech, my mom made sure to tell me this story. She claims that I had a Disney princess backpack with the matching lunch bag and walked into school crying that I didn't want to go. Funny thing is, my senior year, I used the Mickey Mouse JanSport bag, which isn't as childish as it sounds, I promise. And as I left for my first day, I said I didn't want to go. Guess some things never change. Many of you grew up together as Lake Park Penguins, Mount Tabor Timberwolves, East Lake Lions, Littleton Lightnings, or Intervale Eagles. And then there are some of you who, like myself, joined later as Brooklawn Knights or Par Hills Vikings. Regardless of when we joined the Parsippany community, we all contributed to the memories of our class. It's time for a trip down memory lane, starting with our 8th grade graduation. This was my first year in New Jersey, and my most vivid memory of that year comes from graduation. Sitting in the bleachers of the gym before the ceremony, some brave soul started a chant. Seconds later, the whole graduating class of BMS 15 joined in. Administrators deemed us as obnoxious, but I saw it as solidarity. Summer came and went, and our time as Vikings officially started. Freshman year seems like such a distant memory. It was extremely difficult to think of something we did collectively. As a class, I think it's safe to say our grade was not the most involved in school spirit, football games aside, of course. For many people, this was the year where we began to create an identity for ourselves, and we used this to prosper. Next came sophomore year. On our campus, sporting events are a huge part of Par Hill's life, and there's one event I'd like to highlight. During this year, the girls' soccer team won states. As a Viking nation, I don't think we gave the girls as much credit and celebrity status as they deserved. So, Sarah Costanza, Gabriella Gogori, Samantha Kivett, Marguerite Lalo, and Rebecca Warner, you deserve recognition for playing in that game that brought the title back to Par Hills one last time before you graduate. Junior year was most certainly the roughest year for all of us. Day in and day out, we exemplified a walking ball of stress. Boundaries were pushed, limits were tested, but spoiler alert, we made it. There were days where we found happiness and days where we tried to bend the rules in our favor. The biggest event of junior year was J-Prom. As president last year as well, planning this event with my fellow officers and advisors was interesting to say the least. We planned numerous fundraisers in and out of school and stayed after to go through all of the envelopes. At one point, I remember a handful of people said that we shouldn't even have a J-Prom, we should just save everything for senior prom. Standing true to my responsibilities and the nature of the class, I polled everyone to see if everyone else shared that same opinion. Little did I know that in doing so, I set myself up for a trip to Mr. DeSanto's office. There, he sat me down and told me that having a junior dinner dance was Par Hill's tradition. Basically, I learned that our grade was the tradition-breaking grade, and if that's not a testament to who we are, I don't know what is. All in all of that seemed minuscule in comparison to the dance itself, which was on a legendary date itself. The dance floor was packed. The dance floor was packed the whole night, and the energy levels of Matthew Granville, Jason Reed, and Daria Patel kept us all going. Moving on to our last year here, the year of lasts. Senior prom was definitely one for the books. For starters, the weather kept changing and even changed on the day of, and our cocktail hour was more like cocktail hour and a half. Eventually, the dance began, and that's where the most memories came from. Huddled together on that dance floor, all the cliques meshed, and we became this huge, giant, sweaty mess of people. We all belted the lyrics to every single song from High School Musical throwbacks to current hits. Kai Yurchuk and David Sinchi claimed the dance floor as the night came to a close with some unique dance moves that were entirely unexpected. And just like that, that last led us to right now, graduation. Now, it's time for the hard part, the one I've been putting off, the part where I say goodbye. Ask my friends. I did anything possible to stall myself from writing this. I wasn't even sure of how or where I wanted to start, but clearly, I found a way to. Way before we started our time as Vikings, these three teachers bled blue, black, and white. While we are graduating, these teachers will be walking the stage as Viking teachers for the last time. Mr. Soden, I did not have the opportunity to be one of your students, but despite that, your hard work most certainly did not go unseen. Outside the classroom, you coached the swim team to numerous titles, and you did so with a passion. Ms. McCluskey, one of the senior class advisors, thank you so much for all of the work you've done for our class. We both know how intense all the behind-scenes work can be, and in addition to your duties as a teacher, it's a feat you handled with grace. Profe Plaquin, mi abuela de escuela, yo no sé por dónde empezar. Fui tu estudiante durante 2 años. Fuiste mi inspiración para aprender el idioma y la cultura españolas. Todos tus estudiantes te extrañaron y esperamos que los estés haciendo bien. Te amo, profe. time for my goodbye to my peers. I'd like to thank everyone that elected me as Vice President sophomore year and President junior and senior year. Thank you for choosing me to represent you and to voice your opinions, and I hope I did not let you down. I enjoyed every moment of it, even when I looked a little stressed around prom time. A huge thank you to everyone that read those lovely, lovely emails that I have sent out over the years. As we start our adventure into the real world, there are some things that I want you all to remember. Forgive me if I start to sound like your parents. In today's day and age, society has an impact on the way we interact and perceive ourselves. Just know that society doesn't know you, so it cannot define you. All of you are unique, intelligent, and talented in your own way, and I hope and pray that you never forget that. What you may perceive to be your passion may not align with those around you, but that should never, ever stop you from achieving what you want to be. It is important to understand that not every day will yield success, and there will be days where you fail. Do not let that define who you are. You are the only person who can define yourself because you know yourself best. In college, there will be people that are smarter than you. It's inevitable. Use that to your advantage. Ask for help. You are not alone. Right now, there are 272 more students who are eager to embark on their next chapter of life, whether that be attending a 2- or 4-year university, community college, the military, or the workforce. Each future has many paths, and it is up to you to decide if you want help or if you want to go at it alone. In under 3 months, our new chapter of our life will begin, and I am thrilled to see where that takes us. Part of the journey is the end, and well, this is the end of our journey together. With all of that said, the class of 2019, I wish you the best of luck in life. Thanks for all the memories.
Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate the class of 2019. Let's get it up. So I didn't have a research paper this year, so I treated this as my research paper. It was assigned in May. I started thinking of topics in June, and then late last night, I began. So today, I have 3 stories with 3 important words to share with you. My first story is about my father. Its word is hardworking. Growing up, I had the distinct honor and pleasure of hearing countless anecdotes about my father's academic trials and triumphs. And in this one, he's a teenager preparing for his college entrance exam. It was during this time that his village acquired its first and only color TV. When work was done, everybody, except for my dad, would gather together and watch. You see, college meant to him social mobility. It was his only way out of poverty. He told me to imagine myself stuck in a dark cave, where the only way out was to pass an exam. So instead of indulging in the festivities, instead of hanging out with the cute girl down the street, he locked himself in his room and studied. He filled up countless scrap papers with problems and scribbles until the stack grew taller than he was. And it really, really sucked. My father ended up with the highest exam grade in his entire county, but still, he missed the entrance cutoff mark by 50 points. The sacrifices, the endless hours of studying, the sheer want, all that wasn't enough to guarantee his success. He was devastated and depressed and sat in his bed for 3 months afterward. But then a notice came out, the government lowered the cutoff by 100 points. He went to college in the end. Yeah. That happened. Yeah. My takeaways from this story are, first, in order to achieve my goals, I have to want hard. Hard enough that the sacrifices do not matter. And second, sometimes it doesn't even matter how hard I work or how much I want something. Life will get in the way, and then it'll be out of my hands. All I can do, and all I have to do, is give myself a fighting chance. The next word is compassionate. And this story is about having compassion in the face of adversity. Now, I think we've all had the privilege of learning from some pretty rad teachers this year. And I think teaching is crazy. These people condense years of expertise and experience into 45-minute, bite-sized chunks to streamline the learning process for us. And I have to say, we do not give our educators enough credit. But today, I have one particular teacher in mind, the wonderful, fabulous Profe Plotkin of AP Spanish fame. Yeah. She right? For those of you that don't know her, she's a very hip young lady. She's in with the times. We meditate before tests, and she preaches no stress. In early October, sickness brought her to an all-too-early retirement in her career. And I remember that time vividly. When we walked into class, she would always ask us how we were doing. And it was 8th period, so we would always say, okay, tired. And Profe would respond, me too. Estoy muy cansada. I need a nap. But she wasn't just tired from hanging out with teenagers all day. She was battling a serious illness, one to which we were all oblivious. And our education with Profe didn't end after her retirement. To our amazement and gratitude, she continued to work with Senora Santana, who, by the way, seamlessly ran the class on top of her own responsibilities. Profe worked to get us new material, develop lesson plans, and ultimately continue to guide us in our trek deep into Spanish culture, all from home. Despite her pain, she helped us knowing we needed her. And that has influenced me more than she knows. Research tells us that exhibiting habitual compassion, along with lowering levels of stress and decreasing blood pressure, is a sure way of attracting and forming deep relationships. So it is no wonder we students regard Profe so warmly. Where would we be without the compassion of our teachers, our parents, and our friends? I'm convinced compassion is what got us through high school and what will get us through life. And this last story is about me, and is very much unfinished. I wrote about hard work and compassion because those were the two most common words I've heard used to describe me. But honestly, I'm still trying to find myself. Really, I've had it easy. My whole life, I've lived in sunny, suburban Parsippany. I've been hungry, but never starved. I've gotten sick, but never fought to be alive. I've been a conservative spender, but I was never poor. So really, to say I'm hardworking ignores the privilege I've been afforded because of others' hard work. To say I'm compassionate disregards the fact that I could do so much more. So while I continue to work on those aspects of my life, I'm looking for another word that defines me better. I think that word should be student, which is so classic, and here's why. Each day, I learn more and more about the world around me, and each day, I become more aware of my safety bubble, my security net. And now that bubble is about to pop. Now that we're graduating, I can feel myself getting more and more insecure. Will I succeed? Will I continue to be hardworking? Will I continue to act with compassion? I'd like to think I will, but I'm not so sure. One thing I am sure about, though, is that I am so lucky to have met and been close to so many of you, my peers. I learned about life through the late nights with you, through listening to your hardships, through witnessing your achievements, through cheering you on. I'm always in awe of you guys, really. You do so much that I could never do. I'm in awe of the diversity of your experiences, and I'm always learning from you new ways to live well and become a better person. I want to continue to be a student because I want to continue learning from the people I know. Thinking about everything I can learn and everything you guys have to offer this world makes me not afraid, but excited for the rest of our lives. So, as an aspiring, hardworking, compassionate student, I want to leave you with this. Keep your friends close, but find new ones. Ultimately, people are the stuff of life. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again to the class of 2019.
Tyler Lee, thank you for raising the microphone. Good evening and congratulations to the class of 2019. It is my honor to welcome all of you and to present to you these fine graduates. I would like to thank the Board of Education, Dr. Sargent, and our Central Office Administration for all their support and their commitment to the education of our students. I'd like to welcome Mayor Soriano and Councilman Michael Karifi for joining us tonight. It is our pleasure to have you here as our guests this evening. I'd like to recognize our K-8 teachers, some of who are in attendance tonight. You laid the foundation and created a path that has led our graduates here tonight. The effort you put forth years ago was significant. Thanks to you, our students are well-prepared and well-rounded individuals who make Parsippany Hills a wonderful place to learn and grow. I must give credit and thanks to the fine teachers of Parsippany Hills High School. Though many are not in attendance tonight, I am confident that a large portion of them are watching the ceremony through the live streaming feature at home. You might wonder why I'm so confident, and the answer is simple: because they care. Our teachers genuinely care about their students. Like most adults here tonight, they have families of their own. They have the bills to pay. They also have the hardships to endure. Yet they come to Parsippany Hills every day to take care of their students, your children, and our future. They celebrate student accomplishments, absorb student stress, mentor, advise, and coach. Teachers, I offer you a sincere thank you on behalf of this Viking community. And a personal note, I cannot express enough of my own gratitude to those Parsippany Hills staff members who have helped shape my career, influence my beliefs, or guide me through difficult decisions. You know who you are, and your friendship means the world to me. A special thank you to all the staff members who helped organize, participate, and work tonight's celebration, especially Mr. Long, Mrs. Rogers, and Mrs. Thaler, who choreographed and planned for both an outdoor and indoor graduation ceremony. Thank you also to Carol Smith, my secretary, who takes care of the program, the tickets, the diplomas, and 1,000 other tasks that would make my head spin. And thank you to the district supervisors and administrators in the back who volunteered to help tonight. Finally, thank you, parents. I cannot imagine a more supportive community than the one you have nurtured. You have demonstrated an understanding that the trajectory of your students' success begins at home. Your commitment to your children as students is without question, and your contributions to the Parsippany Hills and the graduating class have been presented with love and generosity. It has been my honor to manage the academic institution many of you consider an extension of your home. Graduates, as most of you know, I share in your excitement in finishing one chapter of life and starting a new one. I share in your sadness to leave something familiar, but share in the exhilaration of starting something new. My message tonight to you is about taking advantage of the opportunity in front of you. Everything you do is an opportunity. Waking up in the morning is an opportunity. It wasn't until later in life that I learned the true value of making your bed. Some of you know this book by Admiral William McRaven, and most Navy SEALs would explain to you that making your bed is an easy way to start your day with a small victory, something successful, organized, something that gives you momentum toward your next successful task for the day. If you don't take advantage of such an easy opportunity like making your bed, what other opportunities do you let slip by? Ask yourself, do you truly take advantage of these opportunities? Do you think you're prepared for your next endeavor? Do you want to be truly successful? Are you serious about the next phase in your life? Are your habits so well developed that they contribute to a positive growth? Is your mind prepared for the tasks ahead? And what about the level of difficulty ahead? College is surely more challenging than high school, and your career will most likely be more challenging than college. Don't forget about the unexpected hardships that lie ahead as well. Let me assure you, none of us are prepared enough for those hardships. If you disagree, I'm going to ask you to reflect on the recent pre-prom assembly we held, where car accident victims sat up on this stage and described how their life changed by one single moment. If you still disagree with the hardships that you will face in the future, I'm going to ask you to look out at your parents in the audience right now. I assure you that every parent here has been faced with an unexpected life-changing curveball or two curveballs that knocked them on their butt. For a few life seconds, they had no clue what to do, no idea how to fix it, no idea who to turn to or where to go. For a brief period in time, they felt helpless, lost, and afraid. It might not have been a car accident like the guests from our assembly program, but maybe they experienced something like the death of a loved one, a severe illness of their own, the loss of a job, a failed business or bankruptcy. Maybe they experienced a house fire, a divorce, depression, or a moment of disgrace and humiliation. Right now, your parent is probably reflecting on that life moment. They're probably thinking of you right now, staring at you, hoping to God that their most precious gift, you, won't ever have to experience something like that. Unfortunately, all of you will experience a hardship at some point in your life. So again, I ask you, are you prepared to take advantage of the opportunity? Yes, I said opportunity as I referenced hardship, because every moment in life has a lesson attached to it. You just need to see it. One of my favorite quotes, if you change the way you see things, the things you see will change. Try to remember that in your most difficult moments. My goal here was not to scare you. My goal is simply to prepare you. My goal is to ask you to reflect for a moment. How would you describe your self-discipline? Are you determined? Can you persevere? What about your ability to manage anxiety? In education, we refer to these qualities as grit. It's what warriors are made of. Grit is something you need to work on every day for the rest of your life. It'll be tested over and over, and each time it's tested, you will learn something new from that experience. My advice to you is don't ever stop testing and expanding your own grit. Before I close out my final speech as the principal of Parsippany Hills High School, I want to give you my top 10 ways to take advantage of opportunity ahead. I plan on following these suggestions myself, most of which I already do. And as you know, my number one is make your bed every morning. It will give you that forward momentum to take on the next opportunity in your day. Number two, plan every day. Plan every week. Plan every month and every chance you get. The phrase, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, is true and time-tested. If you want success, you must plan for it. Number three, take risks. The greatest risk you can take is not taking the risk at all. And not taking risks will lead to regrets. Similarly, number four, don't be afraid to fail. Failure is an opportunity to grow. You learn so much from failure. At the end of your journey, all of your failures will look tiny, but your regrets will feel enormous. So take risks, fail, and grow. Number 5, exercise and eat healthy. This is no joke. It's not just about your body. More and more research is pointing to the connection between food, exercise, and your mental well-being. This will come in time in your life. There will come a time in your life when your body and your mind will reject the pizza, the chips, and the soda. There will come a time when you have just as many aches in your body as you have years behind you. Again, look at your parents. They'll confirm this. So why not get ahead of it? Feed your body well, drink lots of water, avoid processed foods, and exercise. You'll be better prepared for life as a result. Number 6, sleep. For the same reasons I mentioned, get 7 to 8 consistent hours every night. You will not be at peak performance otherwise. You will fall behind your peers if you don't respect the need for sleep. Number 7, express gratitude every single day. As Denzel Washington said in his 2015 graduation speech at Dillard University, put your slippers way under your bed tonight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you for grace, thank you for mercy, thank you for understanding, thank you for love, thank you for kindness, thank you for humility, thank you for peace, and thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. And if Denzel isn't compelling enough, do the research. Showing gratitude often is backed by research and claimed as one of the top qualities of successful people. I myself like to do this within a journal, and that leads me to number 8. Write in a journal. Write as often as possible. If you don't do this already, you would be amazed at the self-reflection opportunity and the growth you get from rereading your emotions. You get from rereading your goals, those plans I mentioned earlier, the triumphs, your failures, and your gratitude. If you write it, it's more likely to come true and more likely to resonate in your mind. Number 9, understand mindfulness in every sense. It's not enough to be mindful of things like holding the door open for someone or mindful of the speed limit. We often forget to be mindful about our inner selves, our emotions, and our stress. Be mindful about your reactions and the words you use, because you can't take them back. Be mindful about your anxiety. Recognize when you need to stop, take a breath, take a walk, and get your mind rebalanced. And please be mindful of your device time. Number 10, love and kindness. Love comes in many forms, and whether it be with a significant other, or loving your family, or a child, or yourself, it's what we should all try to fill our lives with. Keep your heart and mind open to love and open to kindness. It's free, and there is never enough of it in the world. Don't make a place for hatred, resentment, or ill feelings. Those things will weigh you down, distract you, and you won't be your best self. Always try to be your best self. I hope I left you with some good advice. I challenge you all to jump on Parsippany Hills High School Twitter page and write your own advice to our graduates. It doesn't take long. Just jump on Twitter and give them a number 11 and a number 12 and so on. Let our graduates know how to take advantage of opportunity. Graduates, it has been my honor and pleasure to be your principal. I mean that sincerely. I hope the best for all of you, and thank you for every opportunity you've given me and this school. To the Viking community, everyone in this audience, thank you for allowing me to serve for you for the last 11 years. It was the greatest opportunity I've had in my life so far. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. And in full disclosure, I don't make my bed, so feeling guilty about it. Might go home and try to make one now. Anyway, my name is Dr. Sutter. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources. Dr. Sargent is at her son's graduation tonight, and she prepared a speech and asked me to read it, and I'm going to do that. So good evening and welcome. family members, faculty, school leaders, Board of Education members, and our high school scholars. We appreciate the fine work of the Parsippany Hills High School staff and our buildings and grounds crew in preparing the school for the illustrious occasion. I had the opportunity to hear Ann Compton speak several years ago. Ann Compton was the White House correspondent for ABC News from 1974 to 2014 and the first female reporter assigned to the White House. In her speech, Ms. Compton spoke about the 7 presidents she interacted with during her time in the White House: Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, George Bush Jr., and Barack Obama. And she said that presidents are molded by the crises and challenges they face, not by their agenda. They each faced detours and problems that distracted them from their initial missions. You know what? That doesn't just happen to presidents of the United States, it happens to all of us. Your parents, your neighbors, your friends, your teachers, you need to be prepared for the character-building opportunities that lay in your path. How you behave when things don't go your way is as important as how you behave when they do. Several years ago, the school district I was serving implemented a special academic program to which students needed to apply. There were a limited number of spots available, and there was a thorough selection process. After we informed the students whether they would be part of the program or not, I received a very gracious thank you note from a student who was not accepted to the program. She wrote, "While I am disappointed I was not selected, I will not give up trying to pursue these opportunities. I am sure the people you chose are very talented. Thank you very much for the opportunity." This elegant and mature gesture from an 8th grade student so impressed me that I saved the note, and when an opening in the new program came up, I immediately went back to the student and offered her the spot. How you behave when things go your way truly matters. We are bombarded with news stories of politicians, athletes, and public figures who lose sight of this. They grumble, they misbehave, they have temper tantrums, and they do this publicly and openly. You can certainly grumble in private, but your public face should be one of grace, composure, and dignity, because the universe is watching. Your boss might be watching how you handle challenges. A younger student or sibling who considers you a role model might be watching you and taking their cues on how to behave. Your parents and grandparents who have raised you to be thoughtful and kind people are watching to see if their life lessons have taken hold. More than that, however, it is the understanding that your spirit is mightily influenced by your words and actions. If you face disappointment with a handshake and a thank you for the opportunity, that dignified response will wash over you and change your thinking. If you follow up a closed door with a written note or an email of appreciation, your words and actions will motivate you to try again. Positive thoughts yield positive actions, and the person who faces life's challenges with an open mind and an open heart creates a joyful destiny. As you leave your wonderful Parsippany School community and begin your journey in employment, public service, and further studies, I hope you will be open to new opportunities, do your best, and be gracious. Whether things go your way or not, because things won't go your way a lot, really, and how you respond to those challenges really matters. It speaks volumes about the kind of person you are. The universe has a way of embracing those who conduct themselves with grace and dignity. Be one of those beautiful souls. Thank you.
Well, I'm not quite as tall as Tyler Lee or the rest of the folks who spoke, so I'll try and lower this a little bit. You all have a program, I think, right? And you'll notice that I am the last speaker before the conferring of diplomas. So I had written a speech, and it was about a page and a half. It's beautifully typed, perfect syntax and grammar. It was 20-point font, so I wouldn't need these glasses. But as I was reading it this afternoon at home, and I thought, I don't like it. It's boring. it doesn't convey a message, and it lacks heart. So I hit delete on my iPad, and I went old school, and I took a pen and paper, and I jotted down some notes. And I hope you'll bear with me just briefly, and then we'll get the show really on the road. Well, a number of folks have thanked those in attendance, and I will do the same. The faculty and staff here is amazing. The administration here is amazing. Our Board of Education members put a lot of time and effort into what they do, and they do take this very seriously. And I want to thank Mayor Michael Soriano and certainly Councilman Paul Carifi for being here. 4 years that equate, and I don't do math, I'm an HR guy. I work in an office, I'm pretty good writing, but math's not my gig. But 4 years, I think that equates to 720 days, 70,200 hours, and over 1 million seconds that you've spent to finally get to this day and attain your high school graduation. That's a fantastic accomplishment. Parents, give them a round of applause. That's a wonderful accomplishment. And whether it was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or this year, perhaps, you had a class, maybe it was English or math, science, and you thought, how am I going to get through this? And you had your doubts. And looking out at the group here, I've known many of you since kindergarten, I had those same doubts. But you made it through all 4 years. This will be the conclusion of almost 20 years of having a student in the Parsippany School District. And as I look out in the audience, I see faces. I see Audrey Lee, I see Zoe, I see Ruth, I see Max, I see Teresa, I see Kai, I see Kate, I see Carrie Ann. And I want to thank you because you shared these years with me. And I'm a better person for knowing you, and I really want to thank you for that opportunity to be in your lives. So thank you very, very much for that. So with your high school journey over, the journey of the rest of your life begins. I have no idea where that's going to take you. I saw a young lady with a Marine sash. Perhaps it's public service or the military, and I will thank you for that service in advance. I really appreciate that. You may decide to go into the workforce and take a job. And I will say, and I know I'm probably not supposed to say this as a Board of Education member because we really do encourage people to go to college, there are great jobs that don't require a college education. And college may not be for everyone. There are wonderful trade jobs, there are wonderful vocational jobs. You can be very happy, make a great living. So if college is not for you, think about that. But I think most of you will take the road straight ahead and go to college. About 95% of our graduating seniors do. And just I'll share a story with myself. It took me 7 years to graduate college. And it's not only because I'm not the brightest guy in the room. That's part of it. But at 18 years old, I was ill-prepared to decide what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So from Seton Hall to Bergen Community College, and finally graduating from William Patterson, along with 3 major changes, 30 years ago in 1989, I finally graduated. And I look back at my 30-year career in human resources with no regrets. You may not follow that same path, and I hope you absolutely don't. It was a journey I don't know that you want to repeat in your life. But take the time, find out what you want to do, and when you do find that, do it with heart. Just a couple of final words. Live life to the fullest. Take every day as precious, and don't take anything for granted. John Lennon, who is a member of the Beatles, had a phrase that all you need is love, and don't forget about love. I think in today's day and age, sometimes we do. So love each other, understand each other. And be happy. And that is totally in your control. You react to people, and that reaction forms, people's impressions of you. But adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. So how you deal with things that come at you, whether it be adversity, happiness, sadness, be happy in your life, and you have total control over that. So one final thank you to the class of 2019. Excellent job. Thank you.
Okay, now it is with great pride and pleasure that I hereby certify to Dr. Sargent, Dr. Sutter, and the Board of Education that the students assembled in front of you have met all of the requirements stipulated by the Parsippany Troy Hills and the New Jersey State Boards of Education, and I recommend them for your approval as graduates. I present to you the Parsippany Hills High School Class of 2019. Before we begin to confer the diplomas, we have 4 retirees this year who we would like to recognize tonight. Normally, I hand them a diploma, but I forgot that in my office. So I will give diplomas out later. Not able to attend tonight, but with 20 years in education and 14 years at Parsippany Hills High School, our media specialist, Jeff Greenberg. And even though I don't have a diploma, I'd love a hug. So please come up for a hug. And with 32 years in education and 19 years at Parsippany Hills High School, science teacher Laura McCluskey. And with 35 years in education, 18 of which were served at Parsippany Hills High School, Spanish teacher Susana Plaken. And with 42 years in education, and 40 of them here at Parsippany Hills High School, Mr. William Soden. At this time, I'd like to invite Board of Education members Frank Neglia and Andrew Chaffo to confer diplomas. And our first graduate, Valedictorian Tyler Lee. Salutatorian Neha Vijay. Kyril Yurchuk. Ruth Elizabeth Kowalski. Nikita Alexia Morris. Max Sebastian Bard. Teresa Lynn Folan. Cindy Lamb.
Sarah Ahmed. Kaylee Sipkins. Dara Bott. Sarah C. Zavalos. Kaylee Alexis Morgan. Ariana Delori. Marcela Andrea Rojas. Audrey Sarah Lee. Gianna Annette Orico. Molly Elizabeth Ward. Emma Nicole Mikowski. At this time, we would like to invite Mr. Macarella to confer a diploma to his daughter. Mia Angelina Macarella. Abigail Therese Marin. Sydney Elizabeth Harris. Jade Sue Y. Toe. Megan DeBenedetti. Kira Waters. Devani Parikh. Marlena Dayer. Mahi M. Oja. Jenna Michelle Vizaskis. Allison Christian. Marguerite Gwen Lalo. Viviana Maria Aresi. Krishna Gopal Patel. Jacqueline M. Reboletto. Kushi Brahmbhat. Mia Rose DeAngelis.
Connor Schaefer. Karan B. Patel. Gautam Prakash. Dev Patel. Surya Teja Namburi. Job Brian Arita. Paulo Alexander La Rosa. Justin Turner. Jay Joshi. Karan Aday Singh Rana. Enoch J. Hu. Thomas Brian Buckley. Joseph Carmine Guerrero. Mitul Patel. Zoraz Arshad. Christopher Leo Berardo. Jonathan Aguirre. Patrick Bright. Siddharth Swaminathan. Kevin Campos. David Alexander Sinchi. Christopher Cuna. Dev Shah. Dominic Falavine. Neil P. Patel. Tyler J. Foley. Meet Patel.
Maria Lysak. Eden Jan. Shruti P. Patel. Sophia Ann Lowry. Winnie Shin. Sarah Michelle Buford. Izel Sue Manser. Lauren D. Pietro. Ashley Marie Davis. Annieben P. Christian. Tinalyn Kaylee Nunyen. Gabriella Gilgori. Amy Stoudinger. Myrna Koteb. Harshita Madhavan. Zoe Lauren Rappaport. Anahita Sahafian. Kanisha S. Vaz. Megan Comerford. Yuti Patel. Tara Marie Taffro. Carrie Ann Elizabeth Jatan. Kayla Alexis Johnson. Catherine Olivia Mitchell. Rachel Jakovsky. Nicole Trujillo. Janki Patel. Amanda Elizabeth Yorlano. Diana Damati. Doha El Arabi. Morgan Schaefer. Johanna Sonia Garcia.
Kevin C. Minardi. Connor Fox. Tirth A. Patel. Jeremy Yang. Aiden M. Zitelli. Michael Clement Villanueva. Joseph Reber. Christian J. Torres. Juan Esteban Restrepo. Jubin Thomas. Casey Edward Gorsica. Brandon Strokia. Brian Alexander Martinez. Connor Seredvik. Ryan M. Christofferson. Ishan Nakrani. Priyank N. Sukadia. Cameron Jacob Boyle. Adney Jr. Seville. Ali Kokar. Drew Michael Ehrenfeld. Cody Ruth. Anthony Michael Laspina. Joseph Hayek. Justin Casado. Eric Leonard. Joseph Parenti. Shamshir Dillon. Nicholas Rocco Shraka. Andrew Joseph Chaffo. George Constantine Apostolopoulos. Alexander Niels Apostolopoulos.
At this time, I would like to invite Board of Education members, Mr. Timothy Barrios and Mrs. Allison Kogan, to defer diplomas. Dia Sanjay Patel. Nishi Patel. Shruti Ashwarya Gopinath. Rebecca Nicole Warner. Victoria Amber Correa. Mariam Sabir Abdelahim. Marta Torres. Zobia Afzal. Victoria Margaret O'Neill. Janice M. Alverio Rodriguez. Tanisha Patel. Kushi Amin. Jenna Louise Pahalski. Elena Aiden. Megan Claire Bostek. Madeline Hope Cantrell. Bhumika Ajay Vachani. Mirab Ali. Kaylee Rose Mancata. Michelle Claudia Wong. Monsi Vias. Natalie Kate Virilli. Dhruva Patel. Abigail Rose Wilson. Uzma Hassan. Annabelle J. Ip. Sarah M. Levinson. Angelica Padi. Isabel Jana Matthew. Carolyn B. Chu. Karine Athena Diaz.
At this time, I would like to invite Board of Education member Mr. Matthew DeVito to confer diplomas. Arslan Emrez Mir. Nicholas Schneidak. Brandon Albin. Darsh Patel. Brian Alexander Amaya. Jorge Rafael Monzo. Vivek Rajaguru. Anthony John Maglio. Travis Cheng. David Lamb. Avi Desai. Joseph Liquier. Nicholas Farrow. Prem C. Daduk. Wilmer Guerra. Benny Chen. Paul Kim. Ethan Bosey. Brian Kong. Christian A. Aguirre. Jason Lee. Matthew Lin. Alexander Marcos Zerzores. Jack Rocco Suma. Christopher Suniak. Ryan A. Porcelli. Samuel David Reppin. Osher Thur. Daria Patel. Ryan Matthew Wargo. Christopher Paul Liang. Philip Yao. Ying Yi Shu. Yash A. Thakor. Lorenzo M. Ganello. Chintan T. Bavzar.
At this time, I would like to invite Board of Education members Mrs. Judy Mayer and Mrs. Susie Golderer to confer diplomas. Brianna Rose Castillo. Samantha Kivett. Bethany Evadne Powell. Amanda Girth. Ashling Cara McCarthy. Alexandra Papadopoulos. Mia Irene Talak. Isha Patel. Elizabeth Julia Parenti. Nicole Madrid Urbis. Caitlin Rose O'Keen. Janvi D. Lagdawala. Jennifer Tabulov. Angelina Cristal Roby. Rachel Lauren Vallet-Cabbage. Valika Saraswat. Virginia Lee Young Lanza. Tegan Marie Wittig. Desiree Jasmine McConnell. Asta Patel. Victoria Anna Huss. Amanda K. Lalakata. Dhruva Vijay Patel. Sienna Grace Leal. Danielle Lynn Bianchi. Kashvi Rastogi. At this time, we would like to invite Mr. Karifi to confer a diploma to his daughter. Jacqueline Jade Karifi. Riley Elizabeth Kells. Sarah Costanza. Rachel Rose Klemovich. Sadiqa Darcy. Olivia Terrell. Samantha Denise. Olivia Lauren King. Nadia Elise Gonzalez. Shannon Bridget Murphy.
Jason A. Marte. Matthew Morales. Aiden Peterson. Christopher John Valicki. Shane Andrew Rosado. Brendan James Moffett. Gurdeep Singh. Brendan William Evers. Akash S. Sukadia. Jake Newell. Zygmunt Ryan Zimzicki. Aiden Noah Chow. Connor Stavro. Matthew Pierre Granville. Frank Beccario. Stephen S. Ingersoll. Saf Owan. Byron D. Astimbe. Sean Jakubiak. Dennis Turkey. Viral Desai. Sean Rice. Mohammed Abbas Zubair. Jason Reed. Ashwin Thomas Kurian. Manan Patel. James Daniel Kogler. Aryam Patier. Devon Sheth. Hasib Hassan. Rigo D'Angelo Castillo Perez. Paul Joseph Kivett.
Before our alma mater and before I let Nikita Morris dismiss the class, it is such an honor to receive a diploma. I'm gracious to Mr. Fonte for running to my office and getting these, and I must hand these out to Mrs. McCluskey. Mrs. Susanna Pluckin. And Mr. Bill Soden. Thank you.
Okay, please rise for the alma mater one last time. Put your tassel in your right hand and move it over to your left. Congratulations, class of 2019. You are dismissed.